success.
What's up? Welcome to your favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 116.
Yeah.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod gods, and with me is the best man in all the podcast land. My right-hand man, Mr. B.
Yeah, what up?
It's popping. What's up? How was your Memorial Day, man?
It was cool, it was decent. It was actually pretty good. I actually did multiple things over the weekend, so
tell us about it. What you do?
My wife, but it is what it is.
What happened? What you do? What you do this weekend?
One of my homegirls' birthday was Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. So we had a little 10 or less party at her crib, and I dragged my wife there because she hasn't done anything in the past 3 months, and I felt like it would do her some good. She enjoyed it for the 15 minutes that she was there, and she dipped. So, yeah, that was that. And
wasn't her scene, or she just feel more comfortable like at the crib? Like she's
not fucking with shit.
Oh, okay. I can understand that.
Yeah, I get it, but she had a good time because we was kicking it. It was all my friends, but they're all her friends too, obviously. So,
yeah.
We was kicking it, and I got drunk and had a good time. And nice. Sunday, I just went to my best friend mom's house because his brother was in town, and we played cornhole and shit, and so we just kicked it. It was a small select group of us and shit. So. And that was that. And what did I do yesterday? I didn't do shit yesterday. I just kicked it all day at the crib, which is
I'm surprised you didn't. I was looking to see if you had something on the grill because you chefing it up.
No,
you
I
did
put
grill?
On the grill. Yeah, I don't just snap everything I do. But yeah, I grilled. I grilled out yesterday. Put some turkey wings, hot dog, shit like that up there.
Word. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about you?
I cooked a little bit. I cooked a little bit on the grill, illegally. I stay in an apartment, and they not letting us use the grill and pool area yet. Why? I have no idea, because they've already told us all this social distancing shit, and they already gave us rules to the pool and all of that like 2-3 weeks ago. So, but anyway, I ended up, I have a grill and, moved it away because I stay on the back of the units, where it's a lot of like grass and trees and stuff like that. So, I ended up grilling, kicked it with a friend, but chilled, watch some damn TV, got back into, Ozark. Because I had zoned out of that for a minute, so I got back into that. But really, I was just chilling. Like, it did not seem like Memorial Weekend, like, at all from the viewpoint where I sat. But I ain't gonna lie. No matter if you working from home or not having to go to work is always great to me. So
yeah. I took Thursday and Friday off last week because my wife's birthday was on Wednesday, and yeah, it was just great. Yeah, it was cool. So we just, I just did shit around the house and not a whole lot of nothing, and it was cool. Obviously it ain't a lot of shit to do, but yeah, just not having to man your computer all day is a beautiful thing.
Right. Did you get the, well, you said it's your religion, so you did watch Insecure.
Hell yeah. It's part of Sunday. It was trash, though.
That's all.
It was a whack episode.
So, okay, so we on the same page. Like, is Molly the least interesting of the friends?
Yeah, she's not funny, and she had a bad wig.
Listen, I was like, yo, this episode sucked. Like,
yeah, that shit was trash.
We can't give Molly her own episode. Like you said, it wasn't funny. Like,
nah, it was trash and it was boring. And I don't know, because Jay, the Jay dude, Lawrence,
Jay
he
Ellis?
fucking directed the shit. So
Oh.
maybe that was, I don't know, maybe it was directorial. I don't know if it was a directorial debut or not, but I don't know who wrote it, but that shit was trash. It was very lackluster.
It was very lackluster. What do you feel about the scene where the brother basically talked to her about her reaction to perceived racism? What was your thoughts on that particular piece?
It was an interesting exchange. He had valid points. I mean, but his and she also did too, because I think she said something like, y'all pick and choose when y'all want to be, like colored or whatever, I guess. But yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting conversation. She definitely, I mean, I don't think she overreacted at all. Because I didn't recall her, the person asking her, but, it was cool. It was an interesting exchange for sure.
I thought that it was very interesting, only because I feel like personally, as far as my education, about racism and like the Asian communities and cultures, is I didn't really know until probably the past like 5 or 6 years, how stereotypically, Asians view Black people. I don't have a lot of Asian friends or, interact outside of maybe like work with a lot of Asian, Americans or, immigrants. I just didn't know. And so like over the years, like I've been educated on things like, they don't fuck with Black people either, but like shocker, nobody fucks with Black people, but everybody fuck with Black people. You know what I'm saying? But like saying that, Asians, they don't fuck with Black people, and Asians, when they come to America, like they praise like white people and they want to be white and all these things. And I really didn't start getting educated to that until like this one guy, who was Asian. He was super fucking cool though, but he had like this super plain Jane, like white woman wife, you know what I'm saying? And people was giving me like they insight on that. It's like, oh yeah, like a woman like her is like coveted if you're going to date outside of your race. Like it represents like wealth and all of these other things. And then, bringing us up to more current times, just seeing, what they're doing in China and all that to the Black people who were living there. And, it was just like another lens, like, damn, like, don't nobody fuck with us. I come in contact with Asians in a negative way when you buying out their stores and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It is a lot of times, more often than not, to be completely honest, like you feel like you in a hurry up and buy situation. Even when you're in places like the fucking beauty supply store, like that joint full, you cater, you make these businesses that cater to Black people, and then you don't like when Black people come into the establishment. So, it was very interesting. I think, Molly made some blanket kind of statements, which I understand why her boyfriend was feeling like, what? Like, I don't act like that. Then she like, oh, you different, whatever. Like, but that can be some tense shit. Like, have you ever had like a tense moment, maybe not racially, but like tense moment with like somebody you brought to meet the family and shit just wasn't going right?
Probably. I mean, my mom says all type of weird and wild shit, so I'm sure. Several people have met my mom and she said some crazy shit, so nothing that sticks that jets out, but my mom, she has a...
So it's more so on your family side than the person you brought home doing something crazy or saying something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just for sure. Yeah. People I usually bring don't say nothing wild, but my mom usually says some crazy shit. So.
Yeah, I'm real selective, romantic or not, about the people that I bring, like, around my family. Just because you want people to mesh, you know what I'm saying? And like get along. And I know how my family is, like if they feel comfortable, if you part of the family, like, they gonna roast you. They gonna, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be acting all shy. Like, my family don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be sitting over in a corner. Like, so, I typically, in a romantic sense, like, I noticed that I typically like individuals whose families resemble mine a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how they get along. Like, if I go to their family function and it feel like my family, you know what I'm saying? Like, just how we get down, how we have a good time. Like, that's usually, a sign for me. Like, oh, all right, like, you might be all right in my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody where you don't have to babysit them. Of course, they're your guests, so you want to make sure that they good, but I can't bring you around if you got to be up under me every step I make. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't feel comfortable around people, I think that's why I tend to go for like extroverts. I don't think I've ever dated an introvert. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think I've ever dated introverts. You like introverts or extroverts? Or has it ever mattered to you?
It doesn't really matter. I just like what I like, you know what I'm saying? Because my wife is somewhat of an introvert. She like kind of a homebody. So, I mean, she good around people, obviously, but if she could have her way, she'll be at the crib all the time.
Yeah.
Suits me.
I think I gotta think for personality. I've dated introverts, but not dated. They probably dated me more than I dated them. But, speaking of romantic relationships, I also watched Lovebirds this weekend. Issa and, I forgot the dude's name, Harold and Kumar. You saw it?
That definitely wasn't Harold and Kumar.
Who was that?
Yeah.
Cause I really thought it was him. Like, I wasn't even trying to have jokes. Like, I thought he was the nigga from Harold and Kumar.
No, that's not Harold and Kumar. Harold is, or Kumar is another goo.
Yo, chill.
Fucking Indian guy. But nah, this definitely wasn't. They don't look shit alike either.
Shit look like to me. But, I mean, when's the last time I seen Harold and Kumar? Harold and Kumar. Let me see.
Like, one
goes to White Castle. Definitely look like Kumar to me. What's the nigga name?
I don't know.
Cal Penn. Yeah, he looked like him with a beard to me. Now let me see who the nigga in Love
look shit like. Niggas don't look shit
like.
Bruh,
nigga look like him to me. Hair. Let me see. What's this guy's name? His name is Kumal Nahani. Yeah, that's him. I'm probably not saying his name right. My bad. They are different people, but I still stand by. They look the same to me, so I could be racist. With the beard, he definitely looks like Kumar to me. Definitely looks like Kumar to me. But here's the thing: he's not funny.
The movie was horrible. That was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. The
movie was bad. It took me 2 days to watch it.
That shit was coming out in the movies. I would have been so mad because I definitely would have went to see it because I
was going to go see it to support Issa. I didn't go see the Photograph because you told me not to see it.
Yeah, I'm cool on Issa movies. I'm straight. She gonna have to
Is it Issa? So, like, you've seen both movies.
She in the movies and I didn't enjoy it. So.
You like, fuck it. I don't know who it was. She picking wrong roles or what exactly it is, but something going left here.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I feel like Lovebirds was a movie that was meant for two white actors. And they tried to gentrify it. Issa and this guy were not believable at all as a couple. They didn't have any type of chemistry.
For sure.
Their lines were not funny. He was a bitch like throughout the whole movie. Like I thought like towards the end of the movie and shit, like he was gonna like get some balls and kind of, you know, man up a little bit. Nah, that didn't happen. Issa did the best she could, but it was a bad movie. Yeah, like I feel like Jason Bateman or somebody could have did that. Like I see him in movies like that because he has like that dry humor that comes off funny to me. I like him in all of his characters when he really plays like the same character, but they're always great to me.
That's my nigga.
Yeah, this movie wasn't good, man. It just was not good at all. And
hated it.
Two snaps in the letter L. Like, that was a bad movie. I'm sorry, Issa. I love you. We trying to support. We really are, but I think Issa probably do best in Issa projects.
Yeah, you need to have full control. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what she had as far as that love letter shit or whatever the fuck the name of the shit was.
Lovebird.
But nah, I'm talking about the shit with
the photograph.
Yeah, the photograph. That's it. I don't know how much creative control she had in that. I mean, it just was boring. Like, it wasn't like, you know, like, it wasn't a rom-com at all with no comedy in it. It was just like a movie that just continued forever. It was just boring.
It was just like a day in the life of two people.
Yeah, it was mad weird. Like, it was, I don't know. And so, I don't know if I've just pegged her as funny, you know what I mean? But even still, I mean, you don't gotta be funny to have a good movie. Just those two weren't good movies.
I think, personally, I feel like one of the reasons Issa is funny, and Issa Rae projects is because most of them are around like being black and black culture. And she has that down pat. Like, she understands the nuance of what we find funny in our day to day, right? So I'm sure like a white person or a person of another race would probably see Issa shit and be like, I don't get it. Or talking about the shit maybe the same way we're talking about this shit. But I don't know, because when I think of the movie with her and Regina Hall, and my girl from Blackish, Marsai Martin, that movie was just only okay. That movie wasn't that funny either.
Yeah.
But I kind of put that on the fact that the original concept and script was written by a 14-year-old. And then, they probably came in and finessed it. But, I kind of put it on that. But when I'm thinking about it, man, Issa kind of 3 for 3 as far as the movies that I know that she's been. Yeah, I'm sorry. 0 for 3. You're exactly right. Yeah. 0 for 3. Yeah. Sorry, Issa. We love you. But I would have been upset too if I paid that fucking $14 to go see that joint. Like, yeah, that would have been crazy. I saw that Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen unhappy about their portrayals in the Last Dance. And it wasn't until you and I had that conversation that last episode that I even realized that was all Jordan footage. Like, you educated me on that. I didn't know that all of that was a Michael Jordan production until you advised me of that. Have you heard about them being upset about their portrayal in that? And like, Scotty got kind of like a glowing shit, but I can understand how.
I mean, I didn't think that he didn't make him look soft at all. Like, that's the reality of what happened. Like, he also said that it'd be no Michael Jordan if it wasn't for Scottie Pippen. He's the best, wingman of all time, which is incredibly the fact of it. And the fact of the matter is that you also opted not to go in the ball game when the motherfucking, the year Jordan wasn't there, because you got pissed off. And then you also sat out in the beginning of the year. Of the 98 season, which I forgot, but everyone was reminded. So, I mean, but it also, and then, obviously he said because he had a migraine against Detroit. Like, I mean, these are just facts. Like, it's not like these shits was like, fabricated or some shit, like just made up. Like, you did have a migraine. You did sit out the 98 season. You did sit down and when it was time for the playoffs, that last shot, cause you were, it was ego driven. So, I mean, these are facts, but you also showed that you weathered the storm in game 6 with a fucking not a broke back, but a bad back, which we all know is, like, especially like it's hard to walk, much less fucking play a NBA basketball game for a championship. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciated that. Again, Scottie Pippen is my favorite basketball player of all time. So I appreciated it. And I mean, it didn't, in my light, or in my eyes, rather, tarnish the legacy, because for nothing, it showed his greatness. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it had moments where shit was funky, but that's just the reality of it. You know what I mean? So, as far as Horace Grant, I mean, he said that he won't snitching. I think he was, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think if Mike don't like you, Mike don't like you. You know what I'm saying? And you know that. So they had a strained relationship, but also I think Horace Grant was soft. You know what I'm saying? And Mike was very hard and rigid and determined to win. And he brought the best out of Horace Grant. Cause I mean, shit, not for nothing. Like, Horace Grant was a pivotal part of that first three-peat. And then once he left, he got big money from Orlando. So, I mean, if you can't thank nobody else, you need to thank Mike, because he brought the best out of you and made you a champion, and then too got you that bag. So, I mean, yeah, whatever.
I don't know necessarily the details about Scotty. I do understand Horace being upset if someone's calling him a snitch and he feels like he's not a snitch, even though some things may be facts. I can understand him being upset from a story being told from one person's point of view. A person can give you a whole bunch of compliments and, say 7 things you don't like, and it's very fair for you to not like it. I think that, after you told me that it was a whole Michael Jordan production, then a lot of things started to make sense, and how we, kind of hit a couple Jordan lows, but how things were framed up. It's all about the narrative and how you frame that up. Because I'm pretty sure if someone else would have told that story, or if it would have been a non-biased production, Michael Jordan may not have been portrayed character-wise as he was in there.
Shit, I mean, I think he was portrayed. I mean, outside of maybe some personal, issues, or maybe some testimony for some other people. But shit, I mean, even he said it once the shit came out, or once it was getting ready, he was like, when people see this shit, they're going to think I'm an asshole. They're going to hate me. So he was already, he put just enough aware.
In there though. You can put just enough in there. Cause at the end of the day, Jordan, especially after retirement, people felt a little bit more comfortable speaking out on behaviors and the attitude, and Mike being an asshole and not being the most pleasant person, and, not really fucking with, black people like that, and all these other things that were said about Jordan. I can understand him not putting that in there, but putting just enough in there. I gotta hit the gambling part, and people know that, I did this, and that. So let me frame it so that we can say exactly what we're saying. Mike motivated people. He had to do these things, in order for them to get to where they got to. He had to, be this person. So it's all about words and about the narrative. And I can understand, Scotty not being happy. I don't know exactly what he's not happy about. But just because you give me a compliment doesn't mean that, you're telling the 100% truth. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, that was what he was telling though. All you
it was from his perspective though. Yeah.
But I'm saying it's perspective, yes, but those are still facts. It's not like it was just we heard Scotty didn't want to play because he had a migraine, or we heard Scotty, decided, that he got hurt, in the beginning of the season versus he even said it himself. The motherfucker said I didn't want to get my surgery because I wanted my summer to myself. And then so I got surgery on their dime, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't renegotiate my contract. And then they also the fact was that you signed this fucking $7 million deal for fucking 9 years.
Yeah,
that's the facts. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing it's no, it's easy to frame, narrative and an opinion, but facts are facts. You can't frame facts. Those, everything.
You can frame the way the facts are portrayed though. You can frame the narrative around how the facts are given. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what Scotty is unhappy about, because, based on the news, it just says Scotty is unhappy with his portrayal. So I haven't read anything, in preparation for this show to say details about what Scotty is unhappy about. But I feel like if that man unhappy, he got a reason to be unhappy. So, you know, that's between them. You know what I'm saying? But I can definitely see, I've seen it a lot of times. I've seen it a lot of times where stories are framed up where, you know, you give that person just enough, props, but you know, it may not be told from, it's told from one perspective. So, you know, that's a thing. But hey, if he unhappy enough about it, sue for libel. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that's, you know, not that great. As far as when we let off the last show and we talked about The Last Dance, one of the things that we wanted to do was, talk about our top 10 Jordans. As y'all know, B and I are, sneakerheads, very avid, sneakerheads. And, I'm pissed off because I did not get those Ben & Jerry dunks today.
Yeah,
I had 5 people, helping
I don't know anybody that got them shits.
I don't know anybody who got those. Anyone. I don't know anyone at all. I had 5 people, dog. Like literally 5 people and myself. Like that's 6 people entered this drawing for me. And not one. Like not one. I don't know nobody who got them joints. So Ben & Jerry, like, bruh, like, if anybody from Ben & Jerry hear this, anybody working at Ben & Jerry, can y'all send me and B Hill some of those, chunky dunky, Nike dunks, please? I need a 6.5. I don't know what size you want, B Hill. Let's put it in the universe.
It doesn't matter. Whatever one you want to send me.
Send him whatever size. I want a 6.5, please. I'll take a 7 if you don't have a 7. Please, we would appreciate that. But we want to quickly talk about our top 10 Jordans. Now, before you get into your top 10, is in your top 10 list, okay, does your top 10 list go 1 through 14 or like 1 through every Jordan that has been released? Is it like 26 or how many Jordans been released?
I don't know. I stopped counting.
I know. I stopped after 23.
Yeah, I'm cool. I don't like none of them shits.
I only go up to 14.
Yeah, my shit's up to the 14s.
Yeah, 14. So for all of y'all who hit me that don't know about shoes like that, like retros that are like lit is like 14 and under. Like when Jordan like actually played and shit. Like after that, after 14, we don't really acknowledge him like that. But there are a few after 14, but not very many. What Jordans don't you fuck with between 1 and 14? Like twos.
I hate
you don't
twos.
own no twos.
That's an ugly shoe.
Really?
Yeah.
I got the
only ones I like were the
infrared
Just On
twos.
twos, them royal blue shits, but those shits were still ugly too.
The Just On ones. I know exactly what you're talking about. I like twos. I don't have many. I have like 2 pair, I think. I had the infrared pair. I don't know what name they had, but they were gray black and they had infrared trim on them. I remember all of us got those. You know, my sibling got those. I got those. My sister, my sister has the women's joints that came out like the end of last year. Like that's a bunch of different colors. It almost looked like a what the, like it's all the colors, but them shit's cold and the material is fire. Like the material's fire, but yeah, I feel you. So it's just twos and what else?
That's it. I like everything else.
I
don't like 13s as much because my foot's wide, but I like certain the Flint 13s are the best 13s of all time. But
Flint 13s. Really? Are you getting those?
Nah, I'm cool. I don't like 13s. My foot wide, so like I have to wear some shit to beat.
I got like how many pairs of 13s I got on this list? I only have 2 pair of 13s on there. I like 13s. But I don't really mess with 8s like that. But it's not that I don't like the shoe. I just didn't like the shoe once it went on the foot. And I think I expressed to you before, like, I need to try on a pair of 8s because
those just look good on little feet, yo.
I have not tried on a pair of 8s since forever. Like when they come out, I don't even try. Like, and my sisters, bought both of them had some fire 8s that like just look good. But I remember back in the day, like it was hard for them shits to like crisscross, like they ain't fit all the way. I don't know. I ain't really like them back then, but
yeah, those shit was dope. I had some 8s. I had some dope. I had the aquas and I had the when they like the retros, like the black, gray, and white ones. Them shits was hard.
So tell me what's your top 10, and I'm gonna tell you if any of mine overlap. Like if we have the same joints.
I got black cement 3s, white 4s.
I don't have no 3s on my list. I don't have no 4s on my list.
Black 5s, grape 5s.
Black 5s? I got grape 5s on my list.
What you mean? Which black 5s?
Which black 5s? The all black 5s? Like the bread 5s? Like, I don't know exactly which 5s you're talking about.
There's no bread 5s, is it? It's just black, like it's just the black 5s.
With the red on them?
The OG shit. Like the OG 5s. They're all like the black shits. You know what I'm saying? With the Nike Air on the back and the silver tongue and the all black.
Okay, and the silver. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's just black 5s. OG shits. Grape 5s. Black and red 6s, the original shits though. Not that fucking like that pink shit. I like just the Bulls red. Like the OG shits, the 91 shits. Like those is fucking ridiculous.
So I have the infrared 6s on my list. The ones you don't like. I love those.
That pink is so trash. It's like pink. It's not, they say infrared.
It's infrared.
It's pink. It's fucking.
Well, like them shit's hot as fuck. So I don't.
They're not better than the OG. Like the 5s. Like
I prefer those over the 5s. I remember when I'm sorry. Oh, 6s. I remember when they came out, and it's funny because when the red and black ones came back out, I forget what year that was, but people were like, "Oh, it's not the infrared." So I think it's this camp. Like you either like infrared or you don't like infrared.
They haven't dropped the original 6s ever. Like, or the first I think the first time they retro them shits. I don't know when that shit was. But
in the early 2000s, I
yeah, that was when that's when they had the actual red on there. You know,
that's what I'm talking about. Yep.
Yeah, but since they re-released them, I mean, I even got the black. The first time they did the infrared, I got them, but them shits was trash. And I had the white. I had the white infrared 6s too, and them shits was trash too. They was mad pink. I ain't like them.
I got those.
Even despite getting them like a dumbass. But anyway, I got maroon 6s. That was the grape 5s was my first ever J, and maroon 6s was my second ever Jordan. I
got the maroon 6s on my top joints.
USA 7s, Carmines, Bordeaux's.
Okay, I got the Bordeaux 7s.
Black and white 12, not the taxi 12s, but the black and white, like the championship shits that he wore. I got those, and my honorable mention are Concords / Toro 5s.
Concord 11s / Toro 5s?
Yeah, like the Concords and then / Toro 5s. Like, those are my honorable mention for my 11th pick. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I got, outside of the grape 5s, the maroon 6s, and the Bordeaux 7s that we both have. I have black toe Jordan 1s. Said black grape 5s. I have the infrared 6s that you don't like.
Yeah.
Concord 11s, Gamma 11s, Bread 11s.
The Gammas, which one was those? The all black? Like they kind of like
all black with a little bit of blue and yellow on them.
Oh yeah, the fake Space Jam type shit.
Yeah. Dang, I don't even have the Space Jams on my list.
You got
but
Space
I don't think those would be on my top. I don't think those would be in my top 11s. I mean, my top. I got those. I fucking love 11s. So 11s and 6s are my favorite Jordans.
I've never had 11s.
And then it's 11s, 6s, 12s, pretty much, and 1s. So those are my 4. Like, if something's coming out and I feel like I must cop, most of the time it's going to be in one of those camps. Taxi 12s, Flu Game 12s, which is really the Flu Poison 12s. I mean, the Food Poison 12s.
Mm-hmm.
Altitude 13s. Those are the black and green ones. And the newer ones are the Black and University Gold 13s. Also dubbed as like the Mellows.
Have they come out yet?
Yeah, they came out last year, the year before last. Last year.
Okay.
I got those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They do love 13s.
Yeah. 13s, I love 13s. 13s are an honorable mention for me. Cause I like that he got games. I got them Tiffany shits that came out, and the quality on those are great. Those are great. I got a lot of shit, man. I got a lot of shit. I don't buy shit just to buy shit. I buy shit cause it take a lot for me to come up off of it. But if I got it, I want it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what I do. But yeah, I like 13s. 13s up there for me. Like I said, I got some good joints.
I only had one pair of 13s, and it was the all black shits that he had on, when he won. Well, again, he won all championships, but it was, I had the ones, I was in ninth grade.
He got games, the black and white ones.
Nah, the all black ones.
With the white on the bottom.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. That was my first pair of Jordans ever. Again, I was the oldest of four.
Yeah,
My mama wasn't buying it. My mama wasn't buying it. So any pair of shoes that was endorsed by some player, I bought them shits myself. Fucking Chris Webber's, Jordans, Pippins,
Chris Webber was fire.
Fucking Deion Sanders, all them shits. I paid for them shits out my pocket. Shits was way cheaper back then too. Like, I mean, of course, inflation, but shit, you can get a pair of J's for like the price of a pair of fucking Forces in today's economy. Like, you could get J's in my size for like fucking $85, and your size, them shits was like $1. $1.10. Now, them shits bare minimum $140 in my size, and they can go all the way up to $190. I'm talking about kids. I ain't even talking about women. You know what I'm saying? Women. Crazy. Yeah, like, and then, you know what I'm saying? Your shit's gonna cost you anywhere from $170 to $225, depending on the fucking shoe. Like, shit crazy. And you wonder why this nigga is a bazillionaire. Jordan got bread. Wonder. Right.
I do not wonder.
And look, I think I told this on the show one time, but I was in North Carolina. I was getting my car serviced, and I got my car from Michael Jordan Nissan. And like, I knew I had my car from Michael Jordan Nissan, but I still like, I ain't think about it. Like, it really didn't. I ain't give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't go cause it was Michael Jordan. I went cause it was the Nissan joint right near where I work. But, I was in that joint, and I'm looking like the carpet right there. They say Michael Jordan, and it got the little, symbol. It's not like the Jumpman symbol, but it's like somebody shooting a ball type shit. But I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my feet, and like I got on these Jordans, and I'm looking at this carpet. I'm like, God damn, like how much of my money is this nigga getting? Like, that's a lot of fucking money, man. This nigga got a lot of fucking money. Yep. Like, and people were like, oh, you got a car from Michael Jordan on purpose. I was like, actually, I didn't. Like, it never really crossed my mind until that particular point. Like, it was just a car dealership that was trying to get me out my fucking bread like any other car dealership. To me, but you know, that's crazy. That man got money though. Jordans, man, if y'all Jordan fans, you know, let us know what y'all favorite joints is. You know what I'm saying? Did you watch Verzuz? Any other Verzuz?
Yeah, I watched shit last night. That shit was trash. They gotta move that shit, man. They gotta move that shit from Instagram. That shit, like, it's doing a disservice to the music, cause like not being able to hear it and shit like that, and how all the fucking struggles this is going, that shit is trash. I mean, I see why Teddy Riley and Keith Sweat and all them, you know, trying to use their own shit, cause truly that's where it needs to be done, cause that shit is garbage. Like, that music is too perfect and too great to be having all these fucking technical issues and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So shit was trash, but
bro, the Beanie Man and Bounty Killer joint was, I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch that.
Because I'm not a reggae fan.
Yeah.
However, in the recaps and in like the comments and stuff like that, I saw after, you know, everything, like, they sound went great. They were in the same place. They were in fucking Jamaica. And they Wi-Fi better than fucking Nelly's and Jagged Edges.
No, I think it's just cause like they were together. You know what I'm saying? Cause like when Jagged Edge was on Singular, then something happened with the connection. Like once they joined with 112, that shit was horrible. But when they went off and came back, it was fine. You know what I'm saying? So, like when they were by themselves, the shit was crystal clear. So it's just the bandwidth or whatever the fuck capacity shit that Instagram does. That shit was just not good.
They definitely have to move. They definitely have to move the platform. Like I don't. I know that Swiss and Tim trying to keep it for the culture and not sell it and, not put, Coca-Cola presents Verzuz. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand all of that, but we have to find a different platform. They were talking after the 112, Jagged Edge battle, and they were talking about how I guess they send everybody a certain technology package that they're supposed to be using when they're doing it, but everyone's not doing it. But you can go live on YouTube now. It don't take much to have your own website. Like, he can still keep it for the culture and take it off Instagram. You'll probably actually hit more people that way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
something
everybody's phone in their hand. Maybe that's the only reason. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess because it started from there and they try to, I guess keep its integrity, I guess. And I respect that. But at the same time, man, that shit was just horribly done. Like, every time, all the good battles, like the battles have been discounted because of the fact of the technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? Like, know. And also poor song selection. I don't know what the fuck Jagged Edge was thinking. Niggas are stupid.
Jagged Edge definitely missed a couple. I want to give a shout out to 112 because 112 actually had more joints than I thought that they was going to have. Like, I'm like, all right, 112 got like 10 joints. Like, 112, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull out 20. It was definitely a couple song selections on both sides. I was like, why are you playing this? But shit, 112 played a fucking interlude. As one of their
should have been a song. I always
that
then, like, Jagged Edge was playing. They playing fucking like gotta be like the third song. Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I felt like 112 played Cupid way too early.
Because they fucking play gotta be. Like, you think I'm not gonna fucking, you're not about to kill me, nigga. I'm about to play fucking Cupid because you just played one of the greatest songs of all time. So I'm gonna match you with an equally great song. Hell no. And then they played Promise. And like, yeah, man, them niggas crazy. And then they played fucking put some umph in it and they played some bullshit.
Yes, they put some umph in it. I was like, nah, see,
man, like, they did some bullshit.
They fucking
and that's
up.
Them my niggas. Them my niggas. Like, I fuck with them niggas tough. Like, like, J.E. is my favorite group of all, like, R&B group of all time. Like, them my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had they should have let me do the set list. Like, I'm like, God damn. And JD was the one DJ. I'm like, JD, like, nigga, you produced this music. You know what the fuck? Like, I don't know. That shit was crazy. Like,
two of the members wasn't there. They beefing.
For who? 112?
112, yeah. They said they wasn't going to be there. They put like an iOS press release out talking about they was not going to be at the battle.
That nigga Duran can sing. Duran, like, I forgot how nasty Duran was. That nigga was nasty, bro. Like, Slim was that nigga for sure because he had that, like, that nasally shit. Yeah. But that nigga Duran used to get busy. Like, that nigga used to get off. Like, them niggas. 112, them niggas. But it was, bro, I was interested in the shade, like, that niggas was throwing back and forth. Like, Jagged Edge was like, did y'all niggas get paid for that song? Like, basically, like, on some, how Puffy niggas and shit. That shit was funny.
Right. Hey, I said, 112 probably paid for that Ciroc. They probably didn't even get that Ciroc for free from Puff. Right. 112 probably paid for that Ciroc, man. Listen, I'm a player. Is my fucking shit. And I haven't heard that song in a good little minute by 112.
That's that shit. It was over once they played like the fucking, Sky's the Limit. And what's the other shit that they played with Big? Not Only You, but,
Missing You.
Man, listen. Once they played that shit, I stopped listening. Like, I just cut it off. Like, man, I don't want it no more. These niggas is killing these niggas. When they play I'm Missing You, like, I used to listen to that song.
I feel like they killed him, though. You feel like they killed him?
Fuck yes. They killed them niggas, bro.
I don't think so.
They played their best 4 songs. They played their best 4 songs in 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like, that shit was over a long time ago. They played some fucking put some umph in it. Like,
they did put some umph in it. That was a bad choice.
I know.
But exactly. I also didn't feel like that interlude was the best, but you like that, John.
They ain't play that Ghetto Girl. Like, just cause it was Bow Wow.
Ghetto Girl?
With Bow Wow and fucking, Jagged Edge, that shit was dumb. Like, that shit was a great song.
Sing it.
I don't know. Ghetto Girl, GHETTO, and then like they sing the hook and shit. I can't remember.
I don't think I know that joint.
You definitely know that song. But yeah, there was some missed opportunities. They could have played Watch You or fucking, it was mad shit they ain't played, man.
Hey, I was looking at this scorecard. They got where the party at over I'll Be Missing You.
No fucking way.
Yeah. I mean, I'll Be Missing You was a great tribute song, but is you really blasting I'll Be Missing You?
Nah, they ain't played, not that, they played the other joint. Hold on, man.
I'm looking at the list right now.
They played you thinking I'll Be Missing You like the Puff joint. That's not that.
What is it?
One. Hold on. It's the one off fucking, Life After Death. Hold on. What the fuck is this shit? I'm looking at this shit too. Hold on. They played Love Me. They played mad shit. Them niggas killed them niggas, bro. They played Missing You. Miss You. This shit. Hold on.
Be careful, because they tried to boot us last time we played.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That shit. This is one of the greatest songs of all time. So you're gone away, and I'll be missing you lately. Nigga, I used to listen to that song. I love Life After Death.
I'm definitely playing where the party at before that, though.
I mean, just depending on what you got going on.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you're not playing that shit if you're in a fucked up situation like that. The verses on that song is fucking nuts, man. Like, that shit.
Do you play sad music when you're sad?
Nah, I just play good. I don't never play sad music when I'm sad. I don't play like party music. I just play whatever. Like,
some people do that though. Some people like, if they're sad, they like to play a bunch of sad songs. Like if they love sick, like they go play a bunch of heartbroken songs and shit. I'm like, I be trying to do the opposite of that.
Yeah,
if I'm going through some shit.
Nah, I don't love. I just like slow music. So I mean, I like R&B. So either one. But I mean, I like where the party at for sure. But that Missing You, that shit, man. It was solely based on Big's verses, and then they fucking Slim killed that shit. I mean, Bad Boys their catalog is just ridiculous. Like, anytime you have Big on shit, it's just gonna take it to another level. Like, there was nothing that they could do to compete with them. True. Like, especially playing their 4 best songs in the 2nd through 6th spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, you got to put them towards like the latter half, like 12, 13, 14, 15, like to get the momentum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah.
I would have definitely did some, I definitely would have arranged some things a little bit different. I personally don't think that like 112 just smashed them. However, I will say that majority of the scorecards that I've seen, and this is just the collective internet, it does have 112 winning that battle. I would have loved to seen that battle like clear and without all of the hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't got time, bro. Like, I'm not finna, like, I'm holding my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like like Tighe and Tighe was on. I just watched that. Like, that shit, I was way more insane. Instagram is owned by Facebook. I need whatever technology that Facebook has where you can stream to your TV. I need Instagram to implement that ASAP. Because even when I try to go to Instagram, go to the live battles from the desktop or from the computer, it's like a lag there. Like, it ain't even as clear. So I ended up going, right back to my phone. You know what I'm saying? And putting the phone on speaker. Hooking it up to the Bluetooth speaker and shit. So, man, get it right, man. Cause this been some great battles. It's just, and then, the niggas with the best songs is like the most,
technology illiterate. Like they can't get shit together. Like, come on, man. Hey, bro, I was weak when, one of the niggas, I think Slim looked bad to me. Slim looked bloated to me. He looked like, he got that face like a bloated alcoholic. You know when people drink a lot and they skin get I don't know. Slim don't do it for me. He looked weird to me. However, that nigga look bad to me. The nigga Slim or one of the members of 112, I can't remember, was like giving like this sincere like thank you to like first responders and, you know, like related to COVID-19 and all of that. And then the nigga from Jagged Edge was like, oh, wait, hold on. And then this nigga just gave like a random shout out to somebody. And I was just fucking weak. I was just like, yo, did this nigga just interrupt this nigga to give a shout out? I was weak as fuck. I was talking to somebody. I was weak as fuck. They was weak as fuck too. They was like, this shit is going real chitlin circuit real quick. Like,
yeah, I ain't see that. I was in and out. Like, that shit was pissing me off because of the fucking quality and the static and shit. That shit was hurting my ears. So I just would go in, I'll come back out. Like,
I know a few people dip.
You said what?
I know a few people that dipped right along with you. Like,
yeah,
a lot
I kept going in and out.
I can't do it, man.
That shit was, the sound was just so poor. I couldn't get with it.
Yeah. Drew Hill versus Jodeci. Who you got? That ain't nothing they announced, but I feel like that'd be a good battle.
If they can do their like individual song, like with Cisco bringing a couple of his joints on there, I still think Jodeci gets some niggas out of it. Cause especially if they go through Casey and JoJo, you know what I mean? Which I'm playing because Casey and JoJo is fucking, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, nah, niggas can't fuck with them. Only niggas I say that could fuck with them would be 112. Like, for real.
Fuck like, who? Jodeci?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, for sure.
112 can't even fuck with Drew Hill, man. Come on, let's be serious out here.
They got way more hits than Drew Hill.
112 has more hits than Drew Hill?
Yeah.
You're fucking shitting me right now.
Drew Hill got like 10 to 12 good songs. Like, and I love Drew Hill, but they don't have like a.
Hold on, we talking about album cuts. What are we talking about? Are we talking about hits in the definition
songs that niggas know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
niggas know the first 3 Drew Hill albums.
And the niggas know the first fucking 112 album.
First 112 album.
That's not true at all.
The Room 112 album.
That's not true.
That is 100% true. That's why the niggas played an interlude.
They played mad shit off the shit. Like, all that
bro,
all them songs they can
no way you think 112 can see Drew Hill. Absolutely. I feel like the only people who can see Drew Hill is probably Jodeci.
Nah.
And Jodeci gonna win, but Drew Hill gonna give them a hard fucking battle.
Nah.
Drew Hill? Oh my God.
Drew Hill can't fuck with Casey and JoJo songs.
Listen, I'm not gonna go there because I feel like as a collective, Drew Hill songs, period. Like, we don't even gotta go into the Beauty, 5 Steps, Sleeping in my bed. Come on, man.
I mean, that's 4 songs. You got 16
more
to go.
But like, I feel like Drew Hill first album is no skips. Second album, not that many skips at all. Like, 112 has Room 112, which is an awesome album.
Bro, they got big shit with big. They got shit with fucking, like, they played all, like, nigga, like, the shit they played.
Are we going by your logic? Are we going to go by the joints that Drew Hill sang the hook on, or Cisco sang the hook on?
Yeah. What did they sing the hook on? Besides, like, the Maya shit, they could play that. That's a great song for sure. But, like, what other, like, Cisco never really sang on niggas' hooks. Drew Hill never really sang niggas' hooks and shit.
All right, so how about this? How about I look at the playlist that 112 played, right? And next week, I'll come back with the Drew Hill list that goes up against that list that they always play. Cause what they play is allegedly their best 20, right?
They left off several songs too, but I mean,
but this is what they perceive to be their best 20. You know what I mean? Like what they perceive to be their best 20. I'm going to come back with my Drew Hill list that I feel will kill 112.
Okay. I'm here for it.
I bet. I'm gonna bring that. But between Drew Hill and Jodeci, since you saying Drew Hill can't even fuck with KC and JoJo, I'm sure you saying that Jodeci will win that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think Jodeci will win it too. But I feel like Drew Hill is the only group that I can think of off the top, like that even would give Jodeci any type of go.
No addition.
True, but I kind of think of them as different eras, but you're right.
Nah, them niggas spawned or spanned, whatever the fuck the word is, several different eras. So nah, that shit still, and then, I mean, shit, Jodeci came out in fucking like 90, 91.
In the 90s, yeah. Drew Hill came out in the 90s.
Yeah, but late 90s. Jodeci came out in like 91.
All right, real quick. One gotta go. Sade, Beyonce, Jill,
Sade,
Scott, Erykah Badu. You didn't even hear the rest of the shit.
I'm cool. Like, Sade cool. You know what I'm saying? But out of all of them, I'm cool. Like, definitely Sade. She can. I'm
cool. I saw that on the internet. That's where I landed too. I was like, listen, she a legend and that's cool and she talented, but she gotta go. She out of here.
She can't even sing like the rest of them.
and it's a group. Like Sade not even her name. Sade is the group.
I didn't know that. I thought that was her name.
You know that? Sade is a group. Her name is Helen. She's the lead singer for the group Sade.
Oh yeah.
So, like, you putting a group up against 3 solo artists. But, yeah, I said definitely Sade. Sade gotta go. Real quick, COVID-19 update. COVID-19 is over, basically. Like, it never happened. We're done. Everybody's living their life again. Like, nobody gives a fuck anymore. Like, America decided that COVID-19 was over. Pretty much. And especially if you look at, Memorial Weekend, there was a lot of traveling. There was a lot of beach. Atlanta and Houston is having a Rona off with, who can stuff the most people in any party space.
That's crazy.
Super crazy.
Going to the club is nuts. Like, there's no club in the world that I want to go to. Like,
but packed though, B. Packed though. I get it. And not a mask inside. On top of each other.
Niggas was in a Star Bar in Raleigh, like, it won't pack, but motherfuckers was in there, like, blowing hookah, and I'm like, y'all niggas is crazy. I'm cool. Like, I'm not doing none of that shit, bro. Niggas slapping fives, and I'm like, y'all niggas is nuts. Like, I'm not.
Bruh. They dancing on each other, bringing it back for the 99 2000s.
Very small gatherings, but I'll be damned if I'm like, yo, I'm sick post fucking going to the Star Bar or any type of rinky-dink ass hole in the wall. Like, I'm cool. Like, that shit is trash.
B, that's what I'm saying though. Like, alright, if you gonna risk it, at least make it worth it.
And why do you have a mask on?
Star Bar
clearly you shouldn't be there. Like, you in the club with a mask on, that's the fucking dumbest shit ever.
I feel like most people, felt your sentiment because I didn't see many masks.
But I seen some niggas with masks on. I'm like, why are you there? Like, what's the point? Like, clearly you know that you shouldn't be there because you're adorning this fucking garment to help prevent the spread of said disease. But you're like, there. This shit is ridiculous. Yeah. Like, people sending me all these videos in Atlanta, and some of those places are places that I frequent. A friend of mine said a friend of theirs asked them out to one of the places, and they were like, nah, like, I'm not going out there, and I know they're not practicing social distancing. Well, of course, just like any other place, the shit went viral, the same place they were invited to, and they were packed. Whole building. The particular place has a roof and, a regular bar area. Packed, bruh. Packed. People getting on top of cars. Like, it looked like Freaknik in Atlanta this weekend. I was like, God. All right. Well, so
COVID cases are up about 19,000 new cases since last week when we reported. However, some good news is that about 80,000 people have recovered since we talked about this last week. So that's good news. Deaths, there have been 500 deaths since we spoke about it last week, bringing the death toll up to 100K. I think something someone said that really hit was, y'all looking at these numbers, just know that there are souls attached to these numbers. Like there are actual people that they're not just numbers. And 9 times out of 10, it's probably more than we're actually getting the numbers for, to be completely honest. They have more to gain by suppression than letting us know what the real numbers are. But just based on the numbers that we have here, over 100,000 people in the U.S. This is only U.S. numbers. These are not worldwide numbers. These are just U.S. numbers that I've been giving you. 100,000 family members have been lost. You know, mothers and fathers and grandfathers and, you know, aunts and uncles and parents. Like, these are lives that have been lost. Few children as well. So, you know, while you out here, you know, I'm over telling y'all to be safe. Like, y'all know what y'all want to do by now. We 2 months in, over 2 months in at this point in time. Y'all know what y'all want to do, man.
See, China locked down now. They done got another strand of that shit.
Yes. So, in South Korea, right? So in South Korea, they're starting to
That's the free
go
part,
back into lockdown.
Is that the free part or the?
Yeah.
South
Korea is the free part.
Gotcha.
North Korea is the Nazi part. Is the Kim Jong-un part, right?
Gotcha.
North Korea. Yeah. But in South Korea, I thought it was very interesting because they were talking about how they actually trace COVID. So once you go in and you've been diagnosed with COVID-19, they're automatically, based on the law there, they are able to trace your credit card activity and your cell phone activity once you've been diagnosed. Now, that was very interesting because the conversation sparked on if that was one of the ultimate goals, because everything we're moving towards is them legally being able to trace you. Now, we already know the government has technology in place. We all walk around with a chip on us every day. If you got your phone, they can trace you. Period.
Or your card.
Yes, or your card. Because
it literally has a chip on it.
Yep. Do you feel like this is like one of the ultimate goals, like in America, is to have something like this? Because, you know, the conspiracy theorists were out and about. Like, do you think that's the ultimate goal, like in America as well, to be able to trace you, period? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, they're tracing us now. So yeah, I mean, if they can have complete control in terms of knowing exactly where you are at exactly what time and what type, I mean, you know, like your medical records follow you everywhere you go in terms of that. Like, yeah, that shit is just another layer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of fucking identification and identifying you and tracing you, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. That shit crazy. But, you know, one thing I can't say,
it's illegal not to have an ID. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's illegal. Yep. You can get arrested for that. So that is, if nothing else, that's, you know what I mean, a telltale right there. Like, you know, if you don't have an ID to say who you are, to identify you, then you're, you know, illegal.
Yeah, that's very true. Rest in peace to William Roosevelt, German, who died of COVID-19 at 91. He was a White House butler, black guy, 11 presidents. He passed away after contracting coronavirus. Patrick Ewing has COVID-19.
Yep. Rest in peace to my stepdad's last living aunt. She was 99 and died of COVID. That shit sucks.
Damn. That super sucks. Like, you live to be 99 and have something like this take you out. That's fucked up.
But I mean, you still live to be 99, so.
I mean, yeah, you still live to be 99, but shit, you cheated me out of my extra year, whatever I thought I was going to have, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but, you know, again, it's 99, you know, but damn. It's just sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I just got extra soft spot for kids and old people. You know what I mean? Like, like, you know, that's how it is. Georgia will allow, their, EBT users or recipients to buy food online. So if you're in Georgia, you can now order food and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Online.
That's good. Send me my fucking EBT. Fuck.
I would love to have an EBT.
My shit, like, because they giving out, like, if your kids were, you know, like, received any type of free lunch type shit, and my kids did, they didn't need it, but they did, because I believe in getting everything that I'm owed, because my fucking...
Yes, the fuck you should, because you pay, whether you know it or not, you pay for them kids to go to school there. Exactly. So, everybody pays for kids to go to school.
No doubt. Like, so, yeah, they need to send my shit. They sent us a letter like 3 weeks ago talking about they're on the way, bitch. What's up? Like, I mean... $700 or $800, however much it's gonna be, ain't never late because I'm always need food. But shit,
hell yeah,
nigga want some crab legs.
Get your shit. Get your shit. Listen, I told you I was unemployed for a year, and you know, people's like, well, I don't know if you want to, but you know, you can get this or you can get that, or you can try to get, you know, you can get unemployment. You can try to get, you know, like food stamps or whatever. Yeah, give me all my shit. Like, I've been paying for this shit. Like, up until this point, like, yeah, I want my shit. Like, I remember being young and being like embarrassed about like food stamps and shit until I got to like maybe like 14 or something like that. But I was just like, fuck yeah, like, what y'all want? We going to the store. Like, this back in the day when, like, food stamps was paper and shit. Like, you had to go in there with them brown dollars and them blue dollars and all that shit. Like, I'm like, hell yeah. Like, you just get to a point where you just like, listen, somebody asked me, be like, about, you know, about being happy and doing that. And I'm just like, look, your happiness cannot be dependent upon other people. Like, you can't deny yourself, like, something that's like food stamps or like assistance or something like that, if you really fucking need it because of what other people gonna say. Are you hungry? Or are these other people hungry? Like, you gotta handle yourself. You cannot live in this world and care about what other motherfuckers think of you. I just can't get with it. But that's a jewel that don't let other people determine your happiness. It can be great that people enhance your happiness, and that's cool, but they shouldn't determine your base level of what happy is to you. And that's nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because humans are flawed, and humans gonna fuck up. That's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? But make sure that you in charge of your happiness, you know? B, you ready to give out a black fact?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, we're about to get into B's black facts. Skibbity bee bop, oh, B's black facts. Go, B.
Well, Memorial Day obviously was a couple days ago. So, initially it was started by freed slaves to honor fallen Union soldiers. The thing that I'm looking at doesn't have everything that I typically had on this one. But anyway, I just go off memory because I remember it. Basically, it happened in like I think one like 1861 or some shit like that. After obviously, or in the midst of the slaves, the Civil War, basically it was like 200 slaves, and it took them like 2 weeks to bury, unearth the fallen soldiers that died fighting for the Union, from obviously from the South that tried to go to the North to help free our people in the South. So basically it took like 2 weeks. And then that same holiday was formally adopted, I think in like 1872 or some shit like that. I can't remember specifically off the dates, but yeah, I mean, everything, you know, always reverts back to us in more ways than one. So Memorial Day is a memorial for our people that fought for a country that does not love it. And that is still the case to this very fucking day. So,
always. Thanks, B. You ready to get into some little shit, man?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Little shit is our pop culture segment, where we talk about all the fuck shit on your timelines. Today I'm on Ace pineapple cider, which is like my favorite cider like ever. I love it. Try Aces. They have a bunch of different ciders, but if you're not a beer drinker, and you probably like cider, like me. You on any enhancements today, B?
I tried not to, but this fucking day has been a piece of shit, so I smoked some weed before the fucking show.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. They like our unfiltered opinions about that. Now, I hate to say this, but we gave somebody some props to the point where I even named our show after them 2 episodes ago. And we gotta see if Doja Cat gotta get the fuck up out of here. Yeah. So as y'all know, man, Doja Cat had a number 1 song. Shout out to Meg and Beyonce who took it over this week. So they're now in number 1. But B and I talked about Doja Cat in episode, we're on 116, on episode 114. I even named the episode Doja Up Next. So like as record exec fresh, I was just like, Jesus Christ, like then you gonna come back with this shit. So on the heels of her number 1 Billboard, you know, once you get up there, you put yourself in the eye, the public eye a little bit more, and so the dirt starts to come out. So on Friday, Doja Cat began trending on Twitter and was getting dragged. It was like hashtag Doja Cat is over party and hashtag only clans. After videos surfaced of Doja Cat stripping on Tiny Chat, old throwback video of Doja Cat stripping on Tiny Chat, which is a popular chatting platform that was on Twitter, talking to alt-right anti-black incels. For y'all who don't know who incels are, the only reason I know what an incel is because I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts and shows and things like that. And incels commit a lot of crimes like murders and rapes and shit like that. Incel is short for involuntarily celibate, which refers to the use of men who are misogynists and they're involuntary celibate because they're undesirable. Like, I don't know. Have you ever heard of an incel before, B?
Nah, first time.
Okay, so I hear about them all the time. And they're basically like misogynists who are like these fucking racist, disgusting dudes that can't get women. And because they can't get women, they hate women. And they hate everything. So like they group together. There are a lot of incels online where they group together and they basically like talk racist shit and talk misogynist shit and they hate women and they're white men, Republicans, alt-right, you know, type guys. So Doja Cat is on the video surfaces of Doja Cat being the only black thing in this chat of probably like 10 or 15 other white guys. And she's claiming like she was blackout drunk. And in the videos and message boards, she is admitting to like hating her blackness. And the only thing that she liked was being thick, quote unquote, and her light skin features. Doja Cat also has a song called Didn't Do Nothing. And it's spelled DINDU, nothing, NUFFIN. And it's in response allegedly to Sandra Bland's murder. Now, didn't do nothing is a racial slur for a black criminal. It's basically something that the alt-right made up. And it's a popular term in white supremacist circles. And it's basically the phonetic spelling of I didn't do anything. Like I didn't do nothing. So it's called didn't do nothing. And it's mocking black dialect. And it refers to victims of police brutality. And Doja Cat made a song called Didn't Do Nothing, which is allegedly about Sandra Bland. Doja Cat says she made an attempt to flip the meaning. And it was a bad decision. She says, Didn't Do Nothing is lyrically lost and maybe the worst song in the entire world. But she insists that it has zero connection to police brutality or Sandra Bland, when that's exactly what this means. So, did you try to flip it, or did you know what you was doing? Like, I saw this, apology that came out like last night with Doja Cat, and she basically didn't say I'm sorry, pretty much. She gave an excuse for everything. She denied being a part of the racist conversations, where she admits that there was racist things happening in the tiny chat, but she wasn't a part of it. She says, I understand my influence and impact, and I take it all very seriously. She concluded the apology for saying, I love you all, and I'm sorry for upsetting or hurting anyone. It's not my character. I'm determined to show everyone moving forward that that's not my character. Also, please note that Doja Cat was previously under fire for her homophobic slurs. She has a video called Stop Being a Faggot. Thank you. That's the name of the YouTube video, So in this long drawn out semi-apology, which she never apologized, she basically makes excuses for everything, that she did. She talks about, her black features and how she's mixed and how she doesn't know how to do her hair and how she doesn't like her hair and, like all of these things. She also talked about her having this like ultra white boyfriend. So we talked about that because like, he was like white, you know what I mean? Like no season, like at all, like nothing. And she said, basically like she likes who she likes, which is cool. Like you can like whoever you like, but she says it has nothing to do with her being racist. Easy come, easy go, internalized racism. What we got going on here from your viewpoint of what's been going on with Doja Cat these last couple of days?
I did not really know the backstory on all that. I saw her like little, her little, I guess, video about her hair, and I heard a little bit of something about it on the radio today. But, I mean, I don't know, man. My people getting killed in the fucking street. I really give a fuck about fucking her. Like black people that are black and, walk around with that badge every day are getting murdered at the hands of fucking white people. I could really give two shits about fucking Doja Cat. And she perpetuates racism. It is what it is.
Would you continue to support her?
Nah, I'm cool. Like, yeah, I mean, it's only one song. It's only a few songs that I like, but I'm straight. Like, I don't really, I ain't gonna, she's not in my playlist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't downloaded any of her music, so I'm cool. I don't really give a fuck about her. Like, I give a fuck about, walking outside every day and trying to make it home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, if that being the point, I feel like, unfortunately, that ain't gonna never not be the issue.
I know. And, that's my point.
It's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, again, y'all already know, like, we talk about certain shit on this. We talk about certain shit on here, but we know y'all deal with that shit enough. Like, that shit is fucked up. Every time we record, there is not a black person that has not been killed every week.
Yeah, like, I didn't really feel like
on some bullshit
podcast today. Like, I'm gonna be keeping it band. Like, I was like in a huge funk. Like, this shit it's just been a lot. And, it continues to be
you might
lot.
be me from like last week or 2 weeks ago. So I understand. Like, I understand where it just get like, it's too much. Like, you just gotta scroll sometimes.
Yeah, I always scroll. I can't, I put on Facebook today and that shit going crazy. As a matter of fact, my phone was blowing up, but I put basically like, I said, black folks, to protect and preserve your fucking mental health, stop looking at fucking your people being killed in the streets. Like, that is just another tool of fucking oppression. Because
how do you stay informed? Like, what do you do?
You don't have to watch the video. You can read.
That's true.
You don't have to watch the video. That's my point. Like,
I don't think that would make a difference for a person like me. Like,
yes,
the fact that it's happening.
You can see somebody dying. Like, reading something versus seeing somebody dying is totally two different things. Like, you're putting that imagery in your system. Like, it's simple as that. Like, you're watching somebody take their last breaths at the hand of another fucking person. Like that seeing somebody murdered versus somebody telling you about it is totally two different things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just it. So like putting that in your spirit and like them, like that imagery, like just being emblazoned in your brain. Nah, don't do that shit. Like, you know the outcome. Like, he gonna die. These niggas is gonna get fired and potentially brought up on charges, but they're probably 9 times out of 10 gonna walk. So you already have that, like, that anxiety in you already. So why even make that shit exponentially greater by fucking looking at the video and seeing somebody's last breath? And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's terrible enough to have, like, that person has a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person, like, to see, they have the option or the ability to see that their loved one, like, they'll take their last breaths. Like, I don't want to see that shit, my nigga. Like, I can see if it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool on watching people die. I'm cool on, like, seeing people in the fucking casket. I don't like none of that shit. Like, I'm gonna remember you for the beauty and the beautiful person that you were, living and breathing and, you know, doing your thing. Like, but to see somebody die, like, that shit is subconsciously, consciously, that shit is going to have, like, permanent effects and lasting impressions on you for the rest of your life. Like, do yourself a service and do not fucking watch that shit, because you know the outcome. Like, read the shit. The headline says, man killed by the hands of officers in Minneapolis. What's the point of watching the shit? Like, to see him, like, he actually killed him? Like, nah.
I feel you. Like, I'm not debating you at all. I feel you 1000% with everything you just said. I think for a person like me, like, I want the facts as much as I can perceive the facts to be, right? So when I'm watching this shit, like, I want to see do the story in the video match up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see, like, because everybody putting their own slant on it. Some people gonna make it to seem, you know, things not particularly a killing, but I'm just talking about the way the media works, period. Like, they're gonna put their own sauce on it, or they're gonna take away shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people gonna put that on it. So, like, for me, like, I get exactly what you're saying. I'm just not sure if I could abide by it, to be completely honest. Sometimes, like, and we're in an environment where we're in an environment in a time where the image comes before the story. You know what I mean? So I already watched the fucking story before I even know what the fuck going on. Like, and the story is under it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that I'm sitting watching the news all day. You know what I'm saying? So most of the stuff, like, I'm getting by way of social media, and then I go and research the rest of the shit myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go and I read the news stories, or, you know what I'm saying, depending on what the issue is, I might actually turn on the news, which is very, very rare. But I understand you. I get you. I totally feel you. I totally feel you.
That's just like, hey niggas, we still killing y'all. Look at me. We're recording it. And like, you a wild motherfucker. Like, you a wild motherfucker to record somebody dying. Like, that to me is in and of itself is fucking nuts. Like,
are you talking about as a witness?
Yeah,
or?
I can't do that. Like, I'm not like, yo, I can't just record. Like, I'm not pulling out my phone. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
but you gotta prove the point, B. Without the video, half of this shit wouldn't even go. We got the video for half the shit.
Save
and that shit still
like,
don't go.
Rush him. Rush the motherfucking
Bruh,
police.
Then I might die too.
So if you're not willing to die,
all right. Like, so you see the police on the nigga in the street. At this point in my life, you rushing them?
Yeah. At this point, yeah. If I'm trying to say, if I see you, if I hear you struggling for your life, and I know that you, like, I don't know, unless you, like, fucking full out try to shoot the police, but if you're unarmed, like, I might have to take that charge. I'm gonna keep it a band. Like,
you might die too, though. Like, your kids and shit might not have a daddy.
My kids, man, I don't know. This shit is a lot. Like, I'm to the point.
It is a lot. It's not an easy answer to that either. I'm not even expecting you to have an easy answer to that. I couldn't
see somebody. I don't think at this point in my life, like, I can't see somebody. That could be somebody, like, that could be somebody else daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have opportunity, 100%. I don't know. I can't. So
are you willing to trade places pretty much?
I mean,
it's a hard question. I don't even think you.
But I would, at this point today, if it happened right now, yes, absolutely. And I think going forward, I probably would, because it's just something in me, man. Like, that shit is infuriating. Like, I mean, and you got it's 4 other cops. Like, there's 3 other cops, like, standing by. Like, y'all niggas is just as guilty. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
like,
agree.
These niggas
they all need to fucking go down.
They're the same gang. Like, they're the gang that they are is better than the Bloods and the Crips, because when niggas say, like, if you call your homeboys and be like, yo, we finna ride on X, Y, and Z, they may come. If the police call somebody and say, I need assistance at X, Y, and Z, them niggas coming. Them niggas shooting. Them niggas gonna do what the fuck they gotta do to save their partner. And we ain't doing that shit, man. And that's the bottom line. Like, I don't really know what to do, and I feel helpless, and I think maybe that's where a lot of my frustration's coming out of, as far as, but like, I just can't sit by idly and watch somebody fucking die for no fucking reason. Like, no reason.
Yeah.
There's nothing that he did that deserved that warranted his death.
I don't want to down now listen, it's 100% different, because we're living in a world where niggas just record niggas dying. Like, you see niggas drowning and you recording the shit. That's crazy. But like, as far as like the police and shit, like, I feel like that's the only ammunition niggas got right now is the camera phone. Like, if niggas wasn't recording this shit, like, and I'm talking about strictly police, like, if niggas wasn't recording this shit, like, half this shit'll be fucking 10, 20 years ago how it was. Cause all this shit been going on. I mean, we're just inundated with it now.
Yeah, I guess that's just what it is. Like, damn, I don't know. It's to the point now, like, all right, boom, 1 or 2 people recording, nigga. It don't need to be 10 of y'all. Y'all 10 of y'all motherfuckers need to run up to the police. Like,
man, I mean, I think that's a hard request though. That's like saying, yo, like they killing people for no cause. All they need is a cause to fucking kill you.
Walk up with your hands in there, put the pressure on that nigga so they can at least move his fucking knee so that man can breathe.
Yeah, I don't think that's
what the Black Panthers.
I hope so.
Black Panthers started. We police our own.
Then we need to organize.
That's true.
We gotta
organize. Sometimes you can't organize that fast.
That.
You gotta react. And if you see somebody fucking dying and you know that he's screaming that he can't fucking breathe, and you've seen this fucking movie with Eric Gardner before, you gotta do some shit. They got citizens arrest niggas. White man fucking performed a citizen's arrest on Ahmad. Why the fuck we can't do a citizen arrest on fucking police if them niggas is in the wrong?
I feel you. I wish it was that simple. I feel you. I wish it was like that. I'm not about to sit here and lie to you and tell you I'm about to rush the police. Cause if they killing that nigga, they definitely gonna kill me. So my only thing is I can try to fucking call more police to help, call somebody, record, like, y'all get off of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have no fucking power. Like, you don't have no power. Like you said, you feel helpless. And I feel like that's how everyone feels. You know what I'm saying? That's how it feels to be black right now. Because listen, we've had all of these things go on. Even a fucking pandemic can't stop this.
Well,
this is the one consistent thing that is always happening. Yeah?
This is a pandemic. I agree with that. This shit is a national terror that's impacting people for years and years and years. This shit ain't going nowhere. Yep. Coronavirus definitely ain't going nowhere. Yep. And this shit definitely ain't going nowhere. That's a fact.
I feel you. I'm 100% with, like, I feel you, like, something has to be done. I just don't know what's going to be done. If the government is not going to take the proper stance on this shit, like, I don't understand, because it's niggas allegedly losing their jobs and like all of that shit over shit, but that ain't enough to stop them. Cause basically what you have is motherfuckers who are weak and use their fucking badge and uniform to play bully. That's it. Yeah. And as a citizen, you're supposed to be able to have a gun in your face. You're supposed to be able to be harassed. You're supposed to be able to be tased, and you're supposed to remain calm the whole time. Right. However, the niggas who are trained to deal with those types of situations, they're allowed to hesitate. They're allowed to be scared. They're allowed to do unjust things to you because they're scared. The shit fucked up. The system is fucked up.
That shit is fucked up. That shit is working perfectly as they planned it.
Oh, 100%. And that's why, like, it's just so fucked up, because I remember which when you think about it, probably was never really a noble job. Like, being a police officer was like something you was okay with somebody wanting to be.
Nigga, that's when you was 7.
Yeah.
That's when you was 8 years old.
But I'm just saying, like, if back in the day, if you said you wanted to be a cop, then nobody say, nah, don't be a cop. It's like, okay, cop, school teacher, fireman, lawyer, doctor. Those were the jobs. You know what I'm saying? And people were proud to say that their child is one of these staples, right? You know what I mean? Like, now it's just kind of like, you see niggas like, oh, you a cop, dog? Like, that shit trash. Like, that's not a noble career. And, you know, I feel like the cops who don't report it are just as guilty. I feel like everybody needs to go down. The system just needs to be overhauled. And I don't know. I was just waiting for all the old white men to die out for shit to be over, but the shit seems to be playing itself forward over and over again. Bro, we be minding our business and shit just come our way, bro. I was watching
my man
some
was trying
show.
to forge a check. It's a fucking pandemic. Niggas does not have no money out here. He was trying to make some money. That's it.
Right.
That's
doing
it.
white collar crime.
That's it.
White collar crime.
Trying to forge a check, my nigga. He ain't got
you
no
down
fucking
over white
bread.
collar crime.
He just trying. He fucked up in the game. It's a whole fucking pandemic. It's 30 fucking million people on fucking unemployment. He may not have gotten his check yet. His little baby needed some fucking food. You don't know what the fuck going on with that man, but you decided to kill him over a forged check? Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Mm-hmm. Or go in somebody's house and kill them.
Man, that shit,
like,
man.
All these black women begin killed in their own house. In their house. Chilling in their house. Like, the shit just crazy. You in your house and then they try to, you know, smear your name. Like, they always try to smear our names after they do some fuck shit to us. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about that lady. I apologize because I don't remember her name at this point in time, but the most recent.
The Louisville, Kentucky lady. I don't know her name. Yeah. She's from Louisville, Kentucky.
The most recent woman, they was trying to bring up the fact that she quit her job and some other shit. What the fuck that got to do with anything? Like, okay, she quit her job for another job. Like, y'all trying to say that? Like, what the fuck going on? Like, I don't know. Like, it's hard to not be inundated with this. Every show. If we wanted to have a show just based on this type of shit, we could. And have new content every single episode. Record multiple times a week and have new content every single episode. That's how fucked up shit is out in these streets, man. It's fucked up.
It is.
But yeah, you know, I'm with you. I did want to ask one more question though, related to the whole Doja Cat thing. As far as like an artist is concerned, like, do you think best practice is to get in front of some shit before you get hot, or just wait till the hammer drops and then talk about some shit?
With social media, man, that shit is fly by night. You know what I mean? So this shit'll be gone in a week and a half, 2 weeks. You know, it might pop back up, you know, on a joke or a meme or some shit, and you know, but honestly, like, I just chill and either not say nothing or, you know, say something, you know, I apologize and keep it hot, motherfucker, and drop some new shit the following day. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is so fly by night, my nigga. Like, you know,
I think when you get up there, you got to understand you're now a target. That's what's happening. Once you get a certain amount of acclaim or fame or whatever the case may be, where you're in the public eye, like, seriously, like, you number one spot, like, your shit about to come out. Like, I think if it were me, like, and I knew, like, I had some crazy shit, I might not, like, straight up and be like, yo, so on May 22nd to 2018, I said this. But I would start planting them seeds, like, you know, I'm just a person, I ain't perfect, I done had my shit. So when the shit hit the fan, I can go back on, like, yeah, so that's why I said this, and that. Like, my actions have showed something different, you know, XYZ. Like, you gotta prepare. You got to prepare for shit, I feel like. And I feel like any PR person should have been, I don't know, and she could just be at the point where she has like PR people and shit like that, you know, once you hit certain charts and shit like that. I'm interested to see, like, I ain't pressed. I ain't pressed for Doja. Like, I ain't pressed. Like, I feel like she can rap, but you know, after like doing my research and digging and shit like that, I am looking at her with the side eye. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of shit, she didn't say she didn't do it. She was in it. And the fact that you were in an alt-right white supremacist chat, you're a part of it. You're condoning it. Regardless, I don't give a fuck if you ain't never met your father, you know you have fucking black. So don't start bringing up the fact that you have African now. You know what I'm saying? You let these niggas basically smut you out on fucking Tiny Chat. Like, that shit is crazy. Doja Cat. Little shit.
Fuck her. Fuck everything. Fuck it all.
Doja Cat, that shit, man. Let's keep it about race. On Friday, Charlamagne did an interview with Joe Biden. And Charlamagne, you know, grilled Joe Biden about his past, asked him about why he deserves the black vote, all of that good conversation. He definitely put the pressure. He put the pressure on him. And at the end of the 18-minute.
He tried, but it was weird. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It was weird.
At the end of the 18-minute video, Charlamagne, Biden responded to Charlamagne's desire about like more questions and shit like that. And Biden had to get off. He said he had to get a fucking camera to his wife, XYZ, but he ended it by saying, if you have a problem figuring out if you're voting for me or Trump, then you ain't black. Hours later, Biden, I guess after feeling the wrath, came back and apologized and said that it was unfortunate. He shouldn't have been such a wise guy. He shouldn't have been so cavalier when responding. He says no one should have to vote for any party based on their race, religion, or background. Biden fuck up? Or this just some regular shit? Cause
no, I mean, he definitely meant it. I mean, he was on the defense. So if you watch the interview was incredibly odd. Charlamagne tried to bring him to task, but he did the whole, you know, every time he would ask him a question, he just like, you know, why do we, you know, I think one of the questions was like, what are you going to do for black people? And then he like, just goes into like what he's done, but really wasn't shit. It was just about how many black people had voted for him. So it was
voted for him and shit.
Yeah, it was talking around the point, you know what I mean? With the whole politician shit. Politics is just fucking gay. Not gay, excuse me. That shit is just trash. Like, and not trying to correlate gay or trash together. But, I know that sounded weird, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's just a piece of shit. And, I mean, we're all fucked one way or the other. You know, this motherfucker's 80 years old. He's clearly senile. He definitely prepped his very fucking hardest so that he wouldn't seem senile. You know, it's the most concise that I've heard him the entire time that he's been on his, you know, his presidential campaign or whatever. But, it was just really odd, because he never, obviously he did the politician thing. Like I said, he never answered the question specifically. He never like, you know, gave credence to anything that Charlamagne was really speaking on. And I applaud Charlamagne for trying, but it just, without it, you know, and then obviously it was the technology lag, so you couldn't really like, you know, gauge the body language and, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of do your Charlamagne thing, like how he kind of like, you know, reads the room. And then also I would enjoy to have Yee and fucking Envy there. But,
yeah, I saw your comment about that. I like that. I was like, I agree.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked to see that. But, you know, it is what it is. Charlamagne has done his political pundit type deal in this past, you know, since Trump's fucking emergence on the scene. And I can respect it. I mean, if they want him, man, you know, I think he still should have tried to include them just from what they've done in the past with all the rest of the candidates and shit and people that have come through there. But, you know, obviously, it's, you know, different time, so it is whatever, but it is. But,
right.
But yeah, I mean, it was just a piece of shit. It was just very awkward, you know what I'm saying? And then like Joe, like I said, I guess my initial point was he was on the defense, and that was like his way, like, come on, man, like, leave me the fuck alone, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't no real nigga if you don't fuck with me. Like, that's how I interpreted all that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't no real nigga if you don't fuck with me, my nigga.
With me.
That's what he should have said. Like, I think that should have went over a little bit smoother.
Hey, Terry, fuck with me. Hey, that shit always funny. No, I feel you. Like, I think, you know, one of the things that I think is that Obama was so fucking cool, and Obama would say cool shit, right? But Obama would say cool shit, but he had the knowledge behind it. Mm-hmm. And he knew what to say and when to say it. And he was very strategic and thoughtful about even like the cool shit he said, or the shit that seemed like it was off the cuff. Joe, you're not cool. Like, you're not cool. You're not suave. You're not a come fuck with me, man type person. Like, and I get it. It ain't really much you can do these days to raise our eyebrows in the world of Trump. Like, it's not that much a politician can do to make me be like, what? What the fuck? When you have a reality star as a president, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't much that you can do. But I feel like, you know, Biden is just getting a little bit too comfortable. But again, going based on my conversation that we had before, I think that is good that they putting the pressure on. I just feel like it's basically about to confuse the sheep, like the black sheeps who just need to be told what to do. And it's confusing them. But one thing that Charlamagne did say, he said, you know, nah, voting for Trump is never an option. Like, that's not an option. But you still need to give us something. Yeah, you need to
fucking cash in on these tickets that we bought in the raffle. Like, you owe us, nigga. And you said that, like, and that's the thing. Like, you saying, like, without saying, you know, you basically proved the point. Like, mm-hmm. What have you done for black people? And you saying, like, I've been here, I've been that, I got all this vote. Well, nigga, yeah, that's exactly what right. We know. I don't need you to fucking give me fucking statistics and numbers. We already know that. That's how you fucking, So you need to make good on your fucking bets that you owe black women.
He like, Compton voted for me. They're black people.
Like, okay, we got
Birmingham voted for me. They're black people. I was like, oh, all right, man. All right, you ain't hoping this.
It was a weird ass fucking man trying to intervene and shit, and like trying to like Charlamagne was frustrated because he really like, it's not like, if he was in front of him, he would have been able to like get that shit. Like, it would have been a way more intriguing interview. Cause he would have had his people like, you know, obviously in his ear or whatever, but, he would have been able to like nail him down and talk to his old ass. That motherfucker old, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's old. Like,
bro, but you keep trying to make him seem older than everybody else. He's the same age as the rest of them niggas.
I know. My point. I mean, but cognitive issues
did we get spoiled by having a young president?
I won't even say that. I just feel like we got spoiled because we had somebody that was intelligent. Like, he's a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? He's an intelligent guy, but he has cognitive issues. If you look up, like, when cognitive issues start to emerge is around like the 72. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get 72, that's when like cognitive issues start to emerge. He's 77. Okay. Like, it's clear. Like, he don't be knowing where the fuck he is half of the fucking time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the reality of it. Like, he's just becoming senile, and that's okay because you've lived a fruitful, long, prosperous life. But now you're trying to run a country, but you are fucking damn near 80 years old. Like, my granddaddy was sharp, but he won't fit to run no fucking country at 80.
Yeah. But all of our past presidents have been in that age range. Late 60s.
George W. won't. Barack won't.
No, Barack wasn't. Barack was the youngest president.
George W. won't.
Let me see. How old was George W.?
He was like in his late 50s, early 60s, which, I mean, ain't terrible. I mean, but I still need some.
I thought he was in like his 60s.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Nah, he is 73 now.
So that was
what? Almost 12 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're right.
Yeah.
So he was like 60, 61. You know, Barack was like, what, 44, 45?
I don't even know.
But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. He was in his 60s. So, you know what I'm saying? But out of our options, we had fucking Bernie old ass, Trump old ass, and fucking, this nigga, Biden old ass. Like,
but Bernie,
I feel like you shouldn't be more than 65.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like
you can't be Medicare eligible.
Facts.
Because that's the reason that, like, you become Medicare eligible at 65. That's retirement. You shouldn't be running the country at that time. You should be retiring from running the country.
Nah, I feel you. I'm with that. I feel you. I feel you on that. Biden, trying to be the dictator of what's black or what's not is little shit.
That's fucking shit.
That shit. Real quick. So, Rodney Jerkins, also known as Darkchild, is celebrating 20 years in the music business. And part of his celebration is he's going to have newer artists cover some of his biggest hits. He is going to have Ariana Grande and Jessie J remake Brandy and Monica's The Boy Is Mine.
I ain't mad at that.
I was going to ask you, do you feel like it's gentrified or that's good? That's a good mix.
Them little motherfuckers can sing. Jessie Jenkins, those are fucking like light-skinned people inside of them. Like, those are black people inside of them singing. So I'm fine with that. Jessie J's amazing.
I always got to fight for Ariana Grande. Like, black people will not let Ariana Grande be great. Ariana Grande can sing her ass off.
Hell yeah. She's amazing. And Jessie J is fucking amazing too.
Yeah, Jessie J is underrated as fuck.
Yeah, I'm fucking with that.
Jessie J is underrated. I want to see how that turns out. Because we can arguably say that Ariana and Jessie J sing better than Monica and Brandy.
I'm not gonna say that, but
okay,
it could be said. But I can't bring that.
You just can't say it.
Yeah, nah,
I feel you.
I'm gonna say that.
I feel you. Not after that tirade we just went on for black people.
I'm straight.
Can't say that. Hey,
catch me next week. I might have a difference of opinion, but today, no way.
Got you. So, Ariana and Jessie J, remaking, The Boy Is Mine is little shit.
I'm fucking with that. I'm interested to hear it. I'd love to hear that.
I think that'll be cool. I think sonically it would be great. So, I'm down. If you would have said some shit like Taylor Swift and Katy Perry or some shit, I would have kicked the computer, but I'm with both of them because both of them. Oh, speaking of, JoJo's album is great if you haven't heard it.
I heard about it and I have not heard it. I liked the song she got with Tory Lanez. That's dope. And then cause she was on Joe Budden podcast. She was on a bunch. She, obviously did her fucking media, tour.
Promo.
Yeah, she was on somebody else shit. But, and I went to her Instagram. I was like, damn, JoJo kind of fine in a skinny white lady way. You know what I'm saying? But she could, JoJo got crazy.
JoJo got some Lowrys in her.
Yeah,
she got a little season.
Yeah, nigga definitely nutted than JoJo several times. But yeah, I mean, shout out to JoJo. She's like, see, that's the thing. Like, it's the white folks that are a part of our culture that need to speak up on every fucking thing that happens to our culture that's a detriment.
I agree.
So like, and she posted I went through her Instagram. She posted at the time that Ahmaud Arbery passed away. She posted that shit and had like a nice, nice paragraph. And granted, I mean, it needs to be more, but it's still something. Like you have to get something. Many paths to freedom. Yeah. So I appreciate that. Like shit like that. Like if you're a part of this culture and you've been on the backs of black people, which most white people have, but especially when you immersed in it, you know what I'm saying, singing R&B music and fucking rapping, you need to be fucking speaking up because this is us, and the reason that you're doing that is because of us. So, So
yep. And I mean, our music it was based on the struggle. You know what I mean? Like the root of our music have been based on just being black,
right,
in America, like since the beginning of time, like. You know what I'm saying? So if you benefit from our struggle, then you need to definitely speak up. Justin Timberlake. You need to speak up. It's different people that need to speak up, Sam Smith. Like, it's different people that need to speak up that I don't necessarily feel like they speak up. You know what I'm saying? When they supposed to. But granted, it's a couple of us that I feel like have a big stage and don't speak up. We talked about this a little bit when we talk about Jordan being like the activist nigga. Like, you ain't gotta be an activist to say what's wrong is wrong.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. It's a fact. It's wrong. It's fucked up. And whether, you know what I'm saying, we're talking about, you know, Americans, fucking with Chinese people, mainly white people fucking with Chinese people. Even though they don't fuck with us. I feel like the thing about us as black people, like, we pretty much will ride for everybody.
We're the most accommodating species. We're the most accommodating fucking people on this planet. Like, the most accommodating. Like, we never ostracize anybody for it. Like, we might look at you funny for a second, but you come to our party, like, or our club, we're not gonna be like, nigga, you not welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, white boy, get the fuck out. Like, we're not gonna do that. Like, we might fuck with you, and if you do some weirdo shit, we on your ass. But otherwise, if you just chilling and enjoying yourself, nobody's ever doing that to you. You know what I'm saying? I've been in several parties versus the opposite, where I've been, you know, it's not been very many black people in a white party, and you can just the energy in the room is different. You know what I'm saying? So,
facts.
And I mean, obviously that's the, but we don't do that. We don't outcast. We don't fucking, you know, ostracize you just on the strength of your fucking, and that shit is to our fucking detriment. We need to fucking,
it is to our detriment.
Like, fuck that shit. Nah, we ain't
I'm blaming it on religion. I think that's why we're like that. I mean, it's a pro and a con.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a pro and a con. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's religion. I think that, you know, based on the altered, Christian religion that the slaves were taught, like, we've been taught, like, you know, you do right by people. You be good. Like, you be obedient. Like, you know, you do all these things where, listen, y'all Karens and all that is out here being whole fucking savages, man. Like, whole fucking savages. Like, I watched a video today of a white lady pushing her son in the fucking water to kill him and blamed it on the black man when she was on video. You know what I'm saying? Like, people walking their fucking dog, not doing the right thing, and calling the police saying a black person did some shit to them. Like, no matter what's going on, like, we be minding our own fucking business, my nigga. And you just want to fuck with us for, like, no reason. I think I was trying to say this earlier, but somehow I missed the point. I was watching this, Netflix joint about these two lesbian white ladies who've been together for like fucking 60 years or 40 years or something. I don't know. They was old as fuck. And you know, they were lesbian during a time where you couldn't be that shit, and they was just like coworkers, and they've been living together for the past 40 fucking 50 years. But it's about them. That's what this shit was about, and about, like, you know, how fucked up the country was. Like, bruh, like, the shit was so fucked up that, like, they would raid gay clubs, and if it was like a lesbian club, if you had on pants, you were arrested. Cause you were impersonating a man if you had on pants.
Damn.
Like, it was shit like that. But I bring all this up to say that when the shit first came on, like in the first like 5 minutes or some shit, she was talking about how the one of the lesbian chicks' father would say is all she need is a big black man to rape her for her to get right. And I was just like, nigga, like, we chilling, minding our own fucking business. We don't even have nothing to do with this. You know what I mean? Like, and they bring us in as the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like we always have a place as the villain in a story, in a white story.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what did that have to do with anything? Like, she just needed to get raped by a black man for her to get right. Like,
yeah, 'cause that's gonna fix everything.
Yeah, that's gonna fix everything. But it also goes back with the myth of that all black men have like large penises and shit like that. Like so y'all jealous in one breath, and then we the villain. Like, I feel like that goes back to a lot of shit. And I just don't understand how you are a white woman This is a white man's world. Like, period. It's been like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been like that. So for you to be so subservient, knowing that they don't give a fuck about you either, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like white women voted for Trump. Grab them by the pussy. Trump. Like, they voted for Trump. Overwhelmingly. Like, they voted for Trump. Regardless, against like their own interests. It's just interesting, man. Anyway, I'm gonna get off that. We about to get into some ain't shit in 2 cents. You ready to give out some advice, man?
Yeah.
All right, we about to give out some advice. I'm sorry, ain't shit in 2 cents. I got riled up. Ain't shit in 2 cents is our listening letter segment where we give advice to listeners who clearly don't care about taking advice from a semi-high person and a semi-tipsy person. And we gonna get into it right now. Our letter today is from Nervous Nelly. And the letter goes, I have been looking for a job, BC, before quarantine. I'm sorry, before COVID.
I'm about to say that shot with a cute on it.
All right. And the next sentence says quarantine. Let me start over. I have been looking for a job, BC, before COVID. I stopped once COVID was announced and we were all quarantined. An employer I applied to has reached out and would like to schedule an interview. To be honest, I'm a little bit hesitant about the possibility of a new job. My job I have now is not the worst, but I know I am underpaid. However, my company is very stable and did not consider laying people off during COVID-19. I'm afraid to go work someplace else at the risk of possibly being laid off once COVID rolls back around. And let's be honest, it's definitely coming back around. Am I blocking my potential blessings by being scared of the unknown? What do y'all think? This is very stressful for me. And this is from Nervous Nelly. What do you think about that?
Good question. I know some people that from a job that I used to have that just got laid off, so that shit sucks. Shout out to them. I pray to God y'all, land on
prayers
your feet.
Up for y'all. Anybody who's lost their jobs,
for
can't
sure.
feed their family, prayers up for
Yeah,
y'all.
that shit is tough, especially during the pandemic and also while black people are being fucking murdered in the street. But,
yep.
Fucking.
Never take a day off. Racism
sure.
never takes a day
That's
off.
a fact. Pandemic times 10.
Right.
But yeah, fucking, good question, man. I would see how solvent the industry that you're planning on going to is, and if it has any similarities to that, the one that you're currently in. And I would definitely take the interview, just because, I mean, if you get a feel for it, shit, I would even ask that question, and I think it would be appreciated.
That's good.
From how they ask you, but I would ask them yo, apparently, obviously, I mean, how solvent are you? Like, do you anticipate any type of, decrease in staff, at a later time? Because I have something that's pretty solid. So, and I think that's a valid question. And from an interviewee or interviewer's standpoint, I would appreciate that. But yeah, I would just take that would be, I mean, that's the hard look that I would take to see what kind of industry that you're trying to go into and how, how solid they are. And if they have any, staying power to outlast this storm. And if so, then yeah, absolutely. Especially if it, required you some more money.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if it's a better opportunity, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that this is in fact a good question. Everything is so unstable right now, and I agree with B Hill as far as asking them that question. But I also know that asking them that question, they can't guarantee you shit. So I think that you need to do your research. I think that what B said in regards to doing your research and comparing industries and things like that. I worked for a company that I said was recession proof, right? I worked for a company when I first moved to Atlanta, that made consumer goods. So they made all of the stuff that, you need, your toilet paper, your Kotex, your, diapers, like shit like that. Like no matter what's going on, these are things that you need regardless. You know what I'm saying? And for the things that they sell, most people are stuck to their brands. You know what I'm saying? Like as a woman, like if you use, fucking, Kotex, or if you use, any type of pad that you prefer, Tampax, whatever, you're not going to be like, now I'm going to get these Equate or Mainstay shit for my period. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to do that. So that particular company, I was like, oh, that's why they do some of the things that they do, because regardless of what's going on, they're making money. They're going to make money. They're not going to be one of those jobs that are laying off. But now, like, I think about that same company, right? Like, I think about that company. I don't work for them anymore, but I think about that company, and I think about the fact that, like, shit, like, they are in a position that, like, people in the fucking plant can fucking catch COVID. And now they're out of business for, months or whatever, because fucking 20 people done got it and 30 people done got it, or, whatever the case may be. So I don't think anything is really like guaranteed. I think that you need to do your research, like B Hill said. I think you definitely need to ask that question to see what type of stability that you have with this type of thing, because what you have to understand is that the world is kind of going through this at the same time. When it was that Spanish flu or influenza back in the 20s or 30s, whenever that happened, like, these people retired now. So everybody's kind of dealing with this, low key kind of fresh. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know what the future may, hold. However, I do feel like you definitely need to do your research and ask those questions, but make the bread worth it. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you decide to go with that job, I just say be prudent with saving your money and things like that. I think that's one of the things that has impacted me with this. And I've been saving money, but I feel like I save money even more because I have two things, right? I have the fact that I was laid off once. I had never been without a job ever in my whole fucking life. So that made me a lot better with money. And like some shit like this where I'm just like, look, I don't know what the fuck might happen. Even though I feel like I work for a pretty financially stable company. Shit, that's the only thing they be trying to hang their fucking head on is the fact that they financially stable. But, I think that, just be clear about like your decisions. And if you decide to go ahead and take that job, or based on what you're saying, it's just that interview. So what's in God's plan is in God's plan. And, be prudent about the way you move forward with that. Save your money, do whatever. I know be like, for me, like one of my goals, that was turned totally fucking around was I wanted to have a car for my birthday. I was going to buy myself a car for my birthday. And even though, they basically kind of like giving away cars now. And like my whole thing about it is, do I need that like right now? You know what I'm saying? I do feel like COVID is coming back around. I feel like we're going to be locked back down come the fall. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have a payment for something I'm not driving.
Yep. For sure.
A lot of shit changing with like the criteria for, getting financed, getting a mortgage right now. I was looking at some commercial shit and some other shit, like shit is changing, so it does make you a little hesitant about how to move forward with your life and the unknown and the uncertainty of the future. Cause nobody really knows, like, and unfortunately we don't have leadership that even gives you hope that everything gonna be all right. So I've changed as well. Do you feel like you've changed at all?
Not really.
Any of your habits? No, you still like the same? Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I was always conservative anyway and pretty tight with my shit. So ain't nothing changed.
Yeah. So I've become more conservative, with my shit. And I'm also, I'm real funny about like how much money I have in the bank now. For some reason, I have like this thought that like fucking the Purge or the Hunger Games or some shit is going to happen. And money is just digital. unless you have it in your hands, right? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I might need to have more like actual money in my hands, like in my possession. So I've have been weirded out by like certain things. And, you know, again, I wanted to be in the process of buying a home or an investment property right now. And I wanted to have a new car, but I haven't. And I'm not even really tripping right now, even though I'm still doing like my research and shit about what's going on with like the housing market and shit like that. But, you know, you gotta do what's best for you and hopefully not stress yourself out. You got anything else for Nelly?
No, I'm good.
All right, Nelly, like, let us know what you decide. Good luck on whichever way, you know, you decide to go. And if y'all want some of this gray A advice, hit us up at theaintshitshow@gmail.com. That's the X where the I would be, and your letter may get read on the show. You ready to get into some free smoke, B?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We're going to get into free smoke. Free smoke is where we talk about any hot button issues, personal topics. It can really be anything we want it to be. It could be from politics to petty. And what B Hill doesn't know is that this episode of Free Smoke is about his blackness.
Well, it's like you got a sponsor or some shit. So this episode is being brought to you by shit. This
episode is being sponsored by I am DC Fresh. But today's topic is Black Card Revoked. And I figured this episode I would test you, and next episode you can feel free to question me about whatever topic you feel. But this episode is about you, and this is about your blackness. So I have purchased the game Black Card Revoked. This weekend is my birthday, May 31st. Cash App. Send it to me. All good. But I have this, and I thought it would be just something fun. My Cash App is Sean L. Miller, $ Sean, SHAUN LMILLER Miller. So Cash App a sister. I'm with it. But you know, in serious business, or more serious business, I have Black Card Revoked, and I want to ask you 10 questions, and I will give you the maximum amount of points that you can receive is 20 points. And if you can answer the questions without multiple choice, you get 2 points.
Okay.
If you need the multiple choice and you get it right, you get 1 point.
Okay.
And I'm making up my own scale here. If you get at least 15 points, you proved your blackness. All right. That's based on the scale I just made up. All right. You ready for this, B?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm gonna give you a softball. This is about television. And Black Card Revolt is a game made up by black people. I loved it because I've been knowing about it, but when I saw it in Target, it said, this is for people who know and love black culture. Like, that was on the box. Like, don't get this shit if you not with the shits. All right. All right. So first one is, who played the character Hustle Man on the sitcom Martin?
Tracy Morgan.
Boom. You got that right. 2 points. All right. All right. Life. This is a life category. What does it mean if your ear keeps itching?
Somebody
now,
talking about
you. Either can. Okay.
I'm black.
Boom. All right. All right. So I just want to let you know
that I'm already.
If you don't know the answer, off that, you can ask for the multiple choice questions. But you're right. All right. Boom. All right. All right. In a black home, which room are you not allowed in?
Living room.
All right. A little bit more detail. A living room, if it's what?
I get like a family.
There's a certain type of living room that not all black people have, but I feel like most black people want if they don't have it, a type of living room.
I mean, it's not a family room, right? I mean, family room is where people are.
Yeah. No, it's not that.
I mean, like if you got like nice furniture type shit, I don't know.
I'll give you the options.
I feel like I feel like a living room.
A, living room.
Answer, but go ahead.
B, the dining room. C, the all white room. D, the bedroom.
What was A?
Living room, what you already said.
Okay. So, an all white room, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say that.
Black people be wanting that cream room. You said living room.
I mean, I thought I said white, but I mean, like, after we started talking about it. But okay, that's cool.
Nah, I ain't hear white. But yeah, black people be wanting that all white room.
Oh, yeah.
That they don't be trying to let nobody in if you have it.
Shit's stupid. I use every room in my house. That's why I pay for it.
Right. Yeah, because you're a new age black person that has things that you can replace. Back in the day, you got that all white room or you got that cream color room. That was an accomplishment. You was a drug dealer's mama.
Yeah.
You had
my mom had a living room that was off limits and shit, but it makes no sense. Like, just not using a room in our house.
Hey, you remember plastic? You remember plastic? Anybody in your family had plastic on the furniture?
My granddad, all the old people in my family had that shit. Shit was stupid.
That shit used to have you sweating.
It makes no sense.
You be on that shit in the summer. Like, and it was all the people that lived in like the South. Mm-hmm. Like, my family originates from the South. So it's just like, bruh, it's fucking 90 degrees and we sitting on this plastic couch. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, that shit was stupid.
This is about the movies. Approximately, how long did Sophia have to fight?
All her life.
Facts.
I just watched that a couple weeks ago.
That was a good one. In what city did Rosa Parks refuse to go to the back of the bus?
Birmingham.
Wrong. Montgomery.
The Montgomery bus boy count. Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah. All right, let me see. All right, I'm going to give you another one that's similar. In which city did Martin Luther King get killed?
That was Memphis.
Right. Memphis, Tennessee.
On April 4th.
All right. I know that's right. Give them the date. All right.
I think in 1967 too. I ain't mistaken. Yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Flex on her. Question number 7. It's a movie. Or it's related to movies. Not a movie, but it's related to movies. Finish this phrase. Well, who is this phrase from? He is a complicated man and no one understands him but his woman.
I don't know. I need, what's the multiple choice?
All right. Kanye West. A, Kanye West. B, Ray Rice. C, Chris Brown. D, John Shaft.
I want to say Ray Rice. I want to say I heard that shit. I think I'm wrong though.
Nope. It is Shaft. That was his whole thing. He's a complicated man.
Oh shit.
Nobody understands him but his woman.
That's dumb.
But those options are fucking hilarious.
Yeah. That's stupid. I should have known that. I just watched Shaft a couple weeks ago too.
You watched that new John?
Mm-hmm.
Was it good?
It was decent. It was worth a watch.
Okay.
Yeah, it was worth a watch.
All right.
It won't know Issa Rae type shit.
Gotcha. This is related to television, and we're on question number 8. How many fights did Fresh Prince get into before his mom got scared?
Got in one little fight.
Correct. He got in one little fight and his mom got scared. Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. All right. All right.
I definitely got 15 points.
Well, I'm gonna count them up once you get to the 10th.
I know. I'm just saying. I know. I probably at least got fucking 30.
Okay. You know you got 2 wrong, right?
I know.
Where you got 0 points. All right. According to Mama, what does it mean if she dreamt about fish last night?
No, somebody pregnant.
Hey, ding, 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 ding. So here's the thing I love about black people. We don't know each other. And we share the same experiences. That's the shit that's dope to me.
That's a fact.
Like, we all know that shit. All right. Last but not least, let's see. I'm going to let you pick between history, music, and television. I'm going to let you pick your last one.
All near and dear to my heart. Fuck it, let's go with music. I don't know if we had a music question today.
I think this is easy one. I think this is an easy one. This should bring you home. According to Kanye West, who doesn't have the answers?
Oh, Sway ain't got the answers.
Sway ain't got the answers. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's add it up. All right, you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Bruh, you got 15 on the dot. Let me count this over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15. You got 15 on the dot. You kept your black card.
Awesome.
Shout out to B Hill. Shout out to B Hill. Next week you get free smoke B. You can quiz me on whatever you would like. Let it be something that I at least know something about. Don't
right.
Let me know a little bit of something about it.
I got you.
I want to thank y'all for listening, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the show. Check us out at theaintshitshow.com. That's the X where the I would be. You can listen to the show. You can find out more about us if you want to, or you can listen on any streaming platform. Make sure you follow us. On Twitter, IG, Facebook, YouTube. You already know we on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, all that. And tell a friend to tell a friend. And y'all know we like to end the show with a quote. And today's quote is, you are capable of exactly what you think you are capable of. If you don't think you can do it, then you can't. Until next week. If y'all still feel like it, man, practice social distancing and wash your hands and all of that good stuff. Manifest your destiny. And the marathon continues.
Remake.